Okay, Mario, once again, Wednesday, 12th, November 12th, 2025. I'm continuing with these experiments and this setup right here, making my own gyro for the bumblebee tail rotor control, just for yaw control. This is just a very simple gyro, tail gyro setup here in order to simplify things. I could use this board right here, which does 3 axis stabilization. I could implement the other axis for the roll and pitch, but I'm not there yet. I'm just trying to do this as I'm learning about the coding that is required to do these things. So I'm taking my time in doing this. Once again, I am not proficient with coding. I'm not a coder, and it's one of those things that I learned back in my early school days. How to program in BASIC, but if you don't apply some of that stuff, that goes away. But this is done with C++ language, and of course Arduino has its own libraries that you have to download in order for to do certain connections with certain peripherals. So anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that. There's probably a host of other people that are probably watching this video that they probably already know this. So for you, it's probably nothing new. And once again, don't judge me on this because I'm still at a learning stage with this. I'm very familiar with electronics. I can repair things, but as far as coding, it's not one of my fortes. Um, the code that I downloaded is from another gentleman that has already done a tail gyro for a helicopter. He did that back in the 2020. And so I'm basically using the same sketch that he's using with some slight modifications to the timing and to send signals to instead of sending signals to the servo, I'm sending signals to the speed control because that's what I'm using to control the tail. I'm not using a servo to control the pitch of the blades, but using and basically the signals that go to the servo, whether they go to the servo or the speed control, are the same. So I've done that, and I have assembled this board right here. You can see I've done basically the same thing that is here, but with a ATtiny85, which is the same board that this gentleman did, where I got the code sketch from, did. And so I've been following some of his work and some of his suggestions. But in order to, but I cannot get the code burned into this chip because what he recommends is for you to use a USB ASP adapter. And I was looking last night, I was kind of breaking my head trying to get this to work, and no matter what I did with the drivers that I downloaded, it doesn't work. I think this is old stuff that I had from the KK2 boards, Hobby King boards. So in my next video I'll explain a little